AITJ for not inviting my friend's girlfriend to my birthday party? I am not OOP. OOP is you/prestigious1 2002 originally posted to r/am I the jerk AITJ for not inviting my friend's girlfriend to my birthday party? Thanks to you/Soeherder for suggesting this BoRU original post, July 19, 2026 I, 21F, have a close friend, 21M, that I've known since I was a baby. We have never had a romantic history. Since summer is one of the only times us and our other close friends get to hang out, I thought it would be fun to do something nice for my birthday and all go to a fancy dinner place on me and later go clubbing. I'm a pretty extra person, so I wanted to make a whole night out of it. However, my friend's girlfriend is visiting him right now. I have genuinely nothing against the girl, she seems really sweet. I've met her a couple times, even in moments where I was unaware she was coming. I initially just thought it was because she doesn't know anyone here and didn't want to be cooped up at his house while he was with friends. Still, it being practically every time was odd to me, and I was a little annoyed as I have a low social battery and it takes a lot more out of me to hang out with new people. That's why, when planning my birthday, I wanted it to be just all of our friend group. When some people asked to invite others, I declined for the same reason, also partly because I didn't want to end up paying for a huge bill at the dinner, especially for people I didn't know as well. I felt a bit bad about it though, so offered for anyone who wanted to meet up with us to go clubbing afterwards. My friend asked, practically begging, to let his girlfriend come, and I told him the same thing. He argued she doesn't have a car right now and couldn't meet up with us afterwards, but he has a car she could use, our other friend is driving us all, so I didn't know why that was such a big issue. I also said he didn't need to come if he or her didn't feel comfortable, but he told me it had nothing to do with her thoughts on me, she just wanted to be included. He ended up saying he would figure something out. I didn't hear much about it, until the day of. Everything went down smoothly at the dinner, we all had a great time. She met up with us at the first club and after avoiding me for a while pulled me aside to chat. She told me she thought I was extremely weird and exclusionary and that she knew I hated her. I'm aware I might come off as an aggressive person, but I was a little stunned in the moment. She had drunk a lot, so I tried to be civil but didn't know what else to say except that I never meant to come off as such. She said that made it even worse, because I wasn't even self-aware of the behavior. She also said that it was hypocritical to assume she was insecure of me when I was obviously the territorial person. I think that's because of the conversation I had with my friend about her coming before. I said alright and walked away because I didn't want to escalate the situation when we had been drinking. It's now the next day, and I'm not sure what to do. I honestly don't really want to reach out because I feel like she insulted me, but also do want to make up because I feel like it's a misunderstanding. To summarize, AITJ for not inviting my friend's GF and have I been rude to her in the past? Relevant comments. Commenter 1, the original poster is in love with friend and can't deal with him being with someone else. This the acting like a brat. OOP, I have a boyfriend who I've been with for almost 2 years. My friend is like a brother to me, our parents are really close, so we grew up almost as such. Commenter 2, do you have a low social battery or are you an extra person who wants to make a whole night of it in the club? Something doesn't add up here, not sure if you are the A or not, but you are not telling the whole truth either to us or to yourself. OOP, I don't know if my perspective makes any sense, but I consider myself an outgoing person who enjoys fun things, but I wear myself down really fast. I'm able to have a fun night out. And want to from time to time, like on my birthday, but it takes a lot out of me, and I need a while to recharge. Especially if I'm around people I don't know that well. Commenter 3, I do get that, but since you were going to the club and were going to be around hundreds of strangers anyway, it seems a bit pointless to limit the number of people at dinner. If you just didn't want her around at dinner or if it was about money, that is absolutely valid, but be upfront about it. She probably acted like an arse after a few drinks, but seems like you made a big deal out of something that didn't have to be one. Just my reading of the situation. I'm not American as you can possibly tell, and the idea of paying for your own birthday dinner seems really weird to me. If it's a normal thing over there, then you have my sympathy. OOP, in my personal experience, it probably doesn't apply to everyone in America, it's like an appreciation thing. I want to be able to get my close friends together and celebrate how much they mean to me, especially since they've gotten me through a lot of lows. It's not as if none of them got me anything in return either, many of them gave me a gift or paid for drinks later that night. As for the club versus dinner was more of an intimate thing and afterwards was the traditional party. There really weren't that many people at the dinner, and I mentioned personal stuff and my gratefulness towards them. I thought inviting more people to go clubbing with us after could be a good compromise, but I didn't take into account that it could come off as weirdly selective/hypocritical. Update, July 20th, 2026, next day, I didn't anticipate getting this many responses, so I'm sorry if I haven't kept up with all of them. This morning, his girlfriend reached out to me. I was planning on reaching out but she got to me first. She apologized for how she treated me at the club, but addressed how she felt uncomfortable around me and that her words weren't entirely dishonest. Something I didn't know, which made me feel even worse, is that my friend suggested she should stay home the whole time, because me and her were never gonna get along. So, that's a conversation for another time. I don't really understand why he would say that. I apologized profusely about leaving her out, and that even though it was an unconscious decision, that doesn't matter if someone's feelings are hurt. Nonetheless, I explained my perspective about dinner being a close-knit thing where I was paying for everyone's meals, which she did not know, and I said no to other people who had joined us at club when she arrived. I learned she told my friend she didn't mind waiting till the club, but when she arrived thought it was practically only her who was showing up later. From that perspective, I totally can understand her thinking I was being intentionally malicious. We also talked about my social battery, which I know has been a big debate in the comments, which she said she was confused about because I come off as a louder person around my friends, so thought it was just animosity towards her. I told her my honest truth, that I'm most nervous around people I don't know that well, because of things like worrying I could screw up a friendship or become hated in a single conversation or from a joke that came off wrong. Ironically, it seems I had done just that by supposedly protecting my peace in the moment. I'll try to think bigger around stuff like that in the future and not get so in my head about my emotions. We came to the consensus that it was a big misunderstanding, and that in general, better communication was needed across the board. She's gonna talk to my friend about it too, because he apparently painted a different picture out of the situation than my explanation. I'm gonna leave that to her though, I don't think it's my place to talk on that quite yet. I won't go over everything else that happened, but we both are completely good with one another. We hugged it out. And made plans one-on-one before she leaves, because I do really want to get to know her and be her friend. I'd prefer if people would stop assuming this is a romantic issue. I am truly happy with my own boyfriend, love my pal, but he is just that. I'd also like to mention that none of her words were accusatory of me in such a way. She said territorial because that's how I came off in the group, which I'm gonna try and work on. Still, I understand that these types of situations always come off a certain way because you don't actually see how any of us interact. We're gonna move on in life, we are all young college students who still are growing as people. To summarize, I talked things out with my friend's girlfriend, and we have made up and everything is fine between us. Do not comment in linked posts or message OOPs. BORU rule number 7. This is a repost sub. I am not OOP.